In this video, I'm going to teach you how to use third-person case. So when we talk to our friends and family, then we use a more conversational tone of voice. And we can use casual English, and we can use first and second person case. First person case is I, me, us, we. Second person case is you and your. First and second person case are both too casual for a research paper. So when we write for our professor and we want to use formal English, therefore we use third person case, he, she, they. So in this essay, I'm going to correct somebody's paper. She used too many first and second person case in her research paper. And when you write a research paper, you have to maintain formal English. Formal English means you do not use you, your, I, me, us, we, first and second person case in a research paper. We also have to write out our contractions, and we don't say let us, because that is a first person case. So let's turn this paper into third person case. So what I'm going to do for this paper is I'm going to turn this paper's you and your into a person and a person's third person case so that the student can have a more professional tone. So in today's world, everyone has a social media account, whether it is Instagram, Facebook, or even TikTok. Some people even use social media for work, and some do it to kill time. So she needs to get rid of let's just say we can agree that whatever you can use it for, you keep on reaching for. So we get rid of this entire sentence because it has too much first person case. It is like your morning coffee, probably. So you're going to get rid of your. So you would write using social media is like drinking morning coffee in the morning. So here I got rid of your. And so get rid of it and say social media can be a little addictive. Most of the time, the reason is you lose track of time when you're on social media. However, so use a transition word, social media can be beneficial because a person, so get rid of you, because a person is able to make a good living with most people making a six-figure salary by getting sponsored or by doing ads on social media. If a person has their own business, so I replaced you and your with a person, it is a great way to promote their business and get the word out there of new products. Since there is a high volume of people on social media, most companies can get access and great sales by advertising on social media. There can be a downside to social media. It can be harmful to people, so get rid of you, and not only is it bad for their eyes by looking at the screen for hours at a time scrolling, but social media can be bad for their mental health. It can affect them mentally by constantly seeing make-believe lies online and making a person wanting to be that person. Social media is liked to be used by others to make their lives seem more extravagant, because social media can easily fool a person with a picture if a person stages it right. Not only can a person be easily fooled, but a person also can undergo cyberbullying and body images issues with all the pictures a person sees online. So being careful online is very important, for a person can have positive experience with social media. So here, get rid of we and replace we with a person. The world a person lives in today, everyone communicates by using internet or social media to communicate to friends and family. There are thousands of platforms people can use. A person can communicate to others, but a person can make a great living using social media. Social media is a great place to advertise a person's own company and make it grow. While promoting a person's company, it consists of being active every day and spreading a person's brand around online. Social media does seem great, but there is a downside. Not all is great. So you can have cyberbullying, false information, get hacked. So get rid of I think. So a person needs to be careful on social media. First, according to online sources. So here, if you're going to use numbers, you need to cite your source. So most companies will pay influencers money to advertise their product. So here you also need to, if you're going to use numbers, you have to cite the source. Social media is not only good for other companies, but if a person has a company for themselves or would like to start selling, it is a good way to advertise and build sales. The outcome is great if a person stays consistent and stays active for their audience. Building an audience for their brand is very important because there are people that want to be represented. So that is why it is important to stay active and keep posting stuff about their product online so they can buy products. Building good relationships with people is a great way to have good reviews for their company. Third, social media is a great way to communicate with friends and family. A person can meet new people from around the world. Social media is a great way for a person, and a person can play with their creative side when posting pictures. A person can update family or success to other family members. A person can document trips with their friends. It is easier to stay connected on social media. And nowadays it is hard to text or call people all the time. Now a person can share to everyone at once and no one can feel like a person has left someone out. With constantly being online, whether it is for work or to socialize, there are no negatives to look out for. There are frauds that a person has to look out for, and a person cannot trust everyone a person meets online. A person cannot believe everything a person sees online. Some like to make things up or seem better online than, so this one becomes than instead of then, in real life. Also, the internet is guilty for cyberbullying. People like to judge others online. In the end, and get rid of I think, okay, social media is what a person makes it to be. A person has to be careful what a person allows to see of their life online. If a person is doing it to socialize or be persistent and stay goal-driven, if a person is doing it for work. Social media is a great way to make a living or a side hustle. There is so much potential to social media. A person just has to know what they're doing. So get rid of slang like play your cards right. Not only is it good to make money, but social media is a great way to reconnect with friends. It keeps the people a person cares for involved and up to date by sharing the adventures, so you need a D over here, a person cherishes, CHERISHES, so this is misspelled. Even though there is some bad that can happen to a person, just has to be careful and not be so naive is also misspelled when it comes to it. A person has to stay headstrong and not let it mess with a person mentally. So whether it is Facebook, this is also misspelled, or TikTok, there are tons of benefits a person can get from either platform. And here, this person is missing the author name, date, article name, publication name, date they retrieved the website. So we don't just stick in our references our web address at the very end. So this person is missing a whole bit of her reference citation. Also, this person is missing her in-text citation. So if you're going to mention numbers, you need to type in the author name, the date, and the page number. Here, if you're going to use numbers, you need the author's name, page number. And then the author of the in-text citation needs to match your reference citation. So here I went over how this person can have a third-person case by replacing her you and your with a person and a persons for a more professional tone. So she needs to get rid of all of her you and your, because remember, using proper tone is worth 40 points on the final draft. So if you do not get rid of your first and second person case in your research paper, you will lose 40 points. So you need to rewrite your paper in order to just have third person case for a more professional tone, and to use formal English when we write a paper and not informal English. We use informal English if we are writing to our friends and family, and we use formal English if we write to our boss and to our teacher. So that's the week 3 discussion about how to use tone, occasion, and purpose. So if you have any questions, you can always email me.